Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of After the Bell podcast. I believe it's episode 16. I myself and Jamshed, and we have
Daniel.
Samson.
every single time, fam. Doesn't like, but that's the team After the Bell. Follow us on our socials. Instagram is After the Bell Boxing, and Twitter is @Bell Boxing. So just before we started the record, we were talking about COVID measures, just because we're coming to the end of the lockdown, the second UK national lockdown. So we're just discussing feelings around that. So Daniel, what are you saying? You excited for this, yeah?
Yeah, man, it's good. It's good to have your freedom back. You know, that's what I'm going to say on that one. I'm not going to say too much, man, about masks and all that. But I'm definitely not going to get into vaccines. That's for sure. But
yeah, that's why it's still.
YouTube take our whole channel down, man.
Trust me, quick. Sam, what are you saying? What's it like out in the sticks, fam?
The sticks is quiet, man.
Yeah.
See the stars and that. But yeah, no, it's going to be good just to be able to go out and do a bit of shopping, seeing friends, and all that sort of stuff. Not that I haven't been seeing already, but you didn't hear that. But yeah, no, it's cool, man. It's good. Finally.
See, the festive season's coming up as well, isn't it?
And plus, it's probably just to get the economy going as well. That's probably the main thing. They're going to risk everything for the economy.
Yeah, to be honest, I can agree with that as well.
But in terms of boxing, we've got a action-packed month or so. Are you guys going to look to watch any of the upcoming fights in bars or anything like that?
If they're open, I probably will. Especially with my pet peeve about the pay-per-view prices. I'm not really looking to shell out money all the time like that, but yeah, if I can, I will do. But to be honest, I doubt you'll be able to. I doubt you'll be able to.
What do you mean?
They said about crowds about 4,000 can go to stadiums now as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's only outdoor events, I think.
Right, so football, and if they had like a fight in Wembley,
then possibly, yeah. But yes,
they said no.
I don't think, but I know they would. What you say?
Apparently, you can't sing though. If you go to one of those events, you won't be able to sing.
Right, boy. I don't really know how that's all gonna work, innit? But
some dead atmosphere, How are they going to police that? Sometimes they come out with these.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. Without thinking about how it's going to be enforced. People are just going to be disrespecting that guideline, but whatever.
Exactly.
Let's see. Exactly. I'll say some of them just say it just for the effect, just to, Anyway, Sha, let me not even.
And also, what are they gonna do in there? Are they gonna kick you out for singing?
Bam! This is it.
Yeah, I don't know, innit? I don't know, but I don't make the rules, innit? But oh well, man.
Mm. But yeah, this week we got Mike Tyson, innit?
Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. They're back.
Hey, I'm paying for that, I'll watch that still.
Bro, I was gonna, but then I saw today the rules. It's some fugazi thing, bro.
What's the rules?
Bro, hold on. Let me get it. Here you go, yeah. So I don't know if this is confirmed, but lots of people are rolling with it, yeah. So there's 7. I'm gonna read from 7 to 1 because I feel like 7 to 1, like 1 is the best one, and I don't want to reveal that straight away. So it's an exhibition, which we know. No bets are allowed. I'm presuming this is like a Las Vegas America thing because I'm sure people will be betting on it. Israel Adesanya is commentating.
What?
The UFC guy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It gets worse. There's 8 rounds and they're 2 minutes each.
Okay. Well, fair enough.
If a cut occurs, the fight is over.
Oh, my gosh.
It gets worse. Apparently, there'll be no winner declared.
There'll be what?
No winner.
What?
Yeah. Oh, no, there's 2 more, don't worry. There's going to be no judges ringside. I don't really understand. If there's not going to be a winner, there's no need for judges anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But the worst rule for me which I read about to understand, is there's no knockouts allowed.
No knockouts allowed.
So I wondered straight away how, like we were talking before, funnily enough, how's that enforceable?
Yeah.
But what they're saying is the referee has the right that if the referee sees any power punches going in, they can stop the fight.
Do you know what?
It's interesting they've waited this long to reveal these rules, you know.
So I don't know if these rules are some sort of are a joke or not, but lots of people are rolling with it.
All of that is coming from the Mike Tyson side. All of that is coming from the Mike Tyson side. You have to think that.
Why?
Why do you think that?
Protect Mike Tyson's brand.
Possibly.
Because let's put it this way, you know, who's the bigger draw here? It's Mike Tyson. Everybody's coming to see Mike Tyson.
Definitely, yeah.
You know, and things gone on record for saying that he wants it to be like longer. Roy Jones Jr. It's meant to be a fight. And also they pushed it back from September to November. All things are pointing to this is coming from Mike Tyson. I don't care what anyone says. It has to be from Mike Tyson. It just goes to show maybe all the stuff that he was putting out, maybe the expectations are too high. Maybe he's not as quick as, you know, he thought he was.
Do you know what as well, yeah? I don't know if you, man, follow him on socials, but he started to come out with like clothing and stuff. Like hoodies and things like that. So
no.
It might also be like medical stuff though.
That's what I think as well.
Because it does actually make sense.
I don't know if you might know, but a couple of months ago, Julio Cesar Chavez had an exhibition, in it.
Wow, okay.
No? But and I think the rules were similar about the no knockouts and everything. Because I think, like, realistically, like people can die in boxing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And especially when these guys are old, like, they're more vulnerable, isn't it? Like realistically, like,
real talk.
Matt Tyson must be what? Is he late 50s now?
Mid, like 54.
Yeah, like he shouldn't be fighting.
Yeah.
Let alone when I mean fighting, I mean he shouldn't be fighting on the road. Let alone in this environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Against Roy Jones Jr. He mad. Like, and the same for Roy Jones Jr. He shouldn't be fighting either.
Yeah, for real.
But with respect to Mike Tyson, let me take back what I said. Who's at a bigger risk of getting knocked out, Roy Jones or Mike Tyson? Roy Jones.
Yeah.
That's facts. Who's at bigger risk of getting a cut?
Tyson.
Probably, yeah.
But anyway, regardless of all of that, do you think all of that is going to take away from the entertainment of them two fighting? Because ultimately, that's what we want to find out.
I kind of think it has to, really. Like,
it already has.
Because they're gonna have to be withdrawn, innit, in what they're doing.
Yeah.
And what they're gonna do, just body shots for like a couple rounds, and then they're both gonna be tired, or one of them's gonna get hurt, and then it's gonna be over, basically.
That kind of exciting kind of fantasy boxing element to it, yeah. It's kind of gone after I heard those rules. I'm not sure if I want to buy it no more. I might just wait till the next day.
I would buy it now.
No, same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's already taken away from the excitement.
It's like the same thing as when Floyd went to Japan.
Oh, and the fact that fought lasted like a minute or whatever it was.
Yeah.
We should do an episode on that. You know, I hear there's some deep mafia ties with that. With what happened there, fam. We have to do an exploration of that.
Because I think all of that takes away from the whole. Let's see how great if Mike Tyson still got it. We can't buy into that anymore, can we? If we're not going to see a knockout or, you know.
The thing is, though, I think they probably just realized as well the audience that they're actually catering to. Because, yeah, like people that are really interested in boxing, like all of us guys, we're interested in it, but we're not really interested. If you know what I mean, like we're like, that's interesting, but it's not like, Mike Tyson's fighting again. I'm not that excited about it realistically.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, so I think that's what they're doing. They're just catering to their market, innit? And where it's like, people literally just want to see Matt Tyson back in the ring, innit?
Yeah, literally.
Because for the last 10 years, however long, Go
Go
bro.
on, bro. I actually think people want to see a knockout. I think that's why
They
people
want to see Mike Tyson
excited.
knockout, though.
They want to see Mike Tyson knock someone
Exactly.
out. And so that's and it's interesting, yeah, because this sets the precedent for the future as well. You know, with I don't know if you guys, Dan, I'm sure you have, yeah, Samson. I don't know if you have, but Allen Iverson, is it Allen? No, it's Ice Cube. Ice Cube made that that basketball league, the 3-on-3 basketball league.
I don't know, bro. No, I don't
So
know.
basically, Ice Cube made a new league where you play basketball half court, 3-on-3, and it's got legends in there, in it. So like Ron Artest, Allen Iverson, these guys are
Okay.
back on the court playing in it, but it's not full basketball because it's just half court, 3-on-3.
Right.
But it's turned into a whole league in it. I think it's called the Big Free League, and there were talks. I think if you I think it's in the Joe Rogan interview with Tyson, yeah. But I think they touch on it a little bit, how turning this into like another form of boxing, in it. You know how the KSI logo, like the celebrity stuff, this will turn into a thing by itself. So this fight is kind of setting the template for that moving forward. So you know how there was talks about Tyson and Holyfield maybe after this one, but this kind of the way this sets the agenda, like it's I'm not sure if they'll get.
You don't think you'll be able to buy into the series if there was a follow up?
Yeah, exactly. With the rules that they're setting right now, I don't think people. Yeah, I think they'll lose a lot of people.
What is interesting though is to kind of move away from this is that you know that so I sent you guys it. There's the undercard as well of this one. And I don't know if you guys saw, but Jake Paul and Nate Robinson are fighting as well. So Nate Robinson was a basketball player, and Jake Paul's obviously Logan Paul's brother, so he's just a YouTuber. But I don't think that's an exhibition.
If this is not end times, I don't know when we would define end times. Everybody's just doing everything and anything. It's like Marvel and what's the other word? Marvel and DC just colliding. Everybody's just doing what they want, just to make money now.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
Meeting Dachavelli.
Pastor Kobe meeting Dachavelli, and then
we need a whole hours. We need a whole couple hours to talk about to dissect that one.
Heard Dachavelli wants to start a church, man.
Right.
End times, yeah. I don't know, man.
Bro, it's end times, man. It has to be.
All I'm saying this year, all I think there's a lot of cash outs happening, isn't it? That's my perspective, man.
Pacquiao.
Exactly. Because you know this. After this fight, if Tyson earns enough money and Jones Jr. the same thing, they're never touching a ring ever again.
They're not. They don't want to have
ever again. If they get enough money from this. But yeah, man. Is what it is. What you might say for the predictions, or
based on what the rules are like, I'll probably go with Ray Jones. You know, although
that's what I was about to say.
We're not going to be able to say we're right or wrong, right?
Yeah.
Well, apparently there's no winner.
So our next podcast about this has to be on an entertainment value. And were they good for their age?
Yeah.
That's what.
But you know what? I don't even know how to assess that. Because
real talk.
I've never seen a 50-year-old man box like that.
So the best way you probably can assess it is, do you think any of them man can take anybody in the professional rankings right now?
No. I can answer that now. No.
I can already answer that now, yeah, for real.
No, obviously not now. After the fight, innit? We'll be able to make that assessment.
No, I'll say now. No.
I'd say one of the ways to judge that is they still got the boxing IQ. Are they still looking smooth? Are they still reacting well? Are they moving around the ring like just the basics?
Do you know there's some pretty whack boxers out there that can't punch themselves out of a paper bag. Like, what's his name again? Selassie. Is it Selassie Wilder? Wilder's younger brother.
Marcellus.
Bro,
I'm thinking, yeah. As whack as Marcellus Wilder.
Where did Selassie come from, lad?
My man's on the next thing.
Man said Haile Selassie. Wow, they
Haile Selassie.
Bro, you're trying to get us cancelled, bro.
I was listening to David Marley in it. Like clown, bro.
But nah, bro, like, let's be real, bro. These are 50-year-old men, bro. Like, remember what Mike Tyson said, yeah? After doing that little video where he looked good for like 10 seconds, I swear he said he was in bed for like 2 days afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, do you understand? Like, we've all done like physical exertion before, yeah? I've never been so tired that I've had to stay in bed for 2 days.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know how tired you must be?
Bare lactic acid, fam.
Bro, he must have been knackered.
Trust me. But I'm gonna watch it one way or another.
Yeah, that's the same as me.
To be honest, I'm more of the casual fan in it, so I'm probably more gassed than you two are. Just from that aspect. But I might even mark the occasion and get a t-shirt, fam.
I'm done.
I might do it, bro. Why not?
I'll say you were there. You watched it.
And to get a t-shirt, you know.
Yeah.
You're not nostalgic like that anyway, so you're good.
Say that again, bro.
You're nostalgic like that, so you're right. Like man, like Jay Dilla, you like all of them, man.
My guy.
Bro,
I
don't know why you're laughing, bro. I don't know why you're laughing.
That knows me, bro.
But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting.
What we saying that the next exhibition rumor is Logan Paul versus Mayweather, isn't it?
I saw that little skit that he done. That was funny though. They were like,
is that the L? He's like, no, the W. Sorry, yeah.
I haven't seen that still.
That was quite funny, man. So like basically he was like, oh, Floyd, we've sent you the contract or something, blah blah blah. We know you can't read, so we've printed out your name for you, and they just have Floyd Mayweather printed out like individual letters on a page, and then the W fell off while he was recording. I don't know if this was planned or not, yeah. But then he was like, oh yeah, see the W's falling, but it's all right, you're not getting the W anyway.
That was slick though. Still, that was slick. I'm
not gonna lie, yeah. This is going to be very controversial, but I think Floyd might have problems.
What? Cognitive ones?
Against Logan Paul.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Because Logan Paul is a big guy.
He's big, isn't it? He's actually big.
He's a big guy.
He's actually big. He's not like
no problems against Logan Paul, man. He ain't gonna have no problems against him. Right?
If Logan Paul does the big nasty approach, yeah, and just gets man and drags man on the floor, that's some bear hugger.
Yeah.
That is Malteser head. Just fling around the place.
No, I'm joking, man. Mayweather will bang him up, so.
Yeah, trust me.
Nah, shit, that's it.
We'll give him that 2-piece with fries, fam.
2-piece with fries. Food analogy is mad.
Hey, you know
what? There was another fight we were going to talk about, innit?
Yeah, just one thing I want to say here before, because it's kind of nasty linked here. Because this next fight that we're going to talk about is on BT Sport. Yeah, I need to say this here because I'm getting tired of it. Steve Bunce and John Fury, I don't ever want to see them on TV again.
Did you watch the ring thing?
I watched the 10 minutes that they put on YouTube. The rest is coming out tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah? Cool. John Fury, like he's a fighter and whatever from back in the day, but he's Tyson Fury's dad, isn't it? That's why he's on TV.
Yeah.
That doesn't qualify you enough in my perspective. And also,
but to be fair though, he is a character though, isn't it?
He's a character. I get it from that perspective, but
not an expert. No.
Bro, he shouldn't be there discussing with Frank Warren, David Hay, and Joe Calzaghe.
Yeah.
He should be chatting to like KSI and them, man, innit? Like,
because I like it from his personality perspective, innit?
Yeah, but bro, it's too biased for me now, man. It's like you can't say nothing about. That's what I mean. It's not a productive discussion, innit? Because all that like I found it funny to start with, and it's like, I'll bet you £1 million. And I deeped it. I was like, bro, that's Tyson Fury's £1 million that you're betting with. First of all,
no, it's true.
And secondly, like Bro, don't be stepping like I don't know. I saw it as a bit of a thing. Like, don't be like walking up to man, and be like, "I'll bet you £1 million. He's Mr. Invincible." Bro. It's like, yo, like, fair enough. Tyson Fury. A lot of people see him as the best heavyweight in the world, and that. But let's calm down for a second, like, because in that 10 minutes, like little segment, they were like, "Oh, you can't compare Anthony Joshua to Lennox Lewis." Yeah, I agree.
But how come?
Huh?
How come we can't compare the two?
Because they're just saying Lennox Lewis is generally a better boxer, innit?
Oh yeah, no, fair enough.
Which I can get on board with. Like,
Same.
But yeah, like all this talk, and there was the thing as well. Like, I know this is a separate point, and Frank Warren, and I can't really come for him, but they were like, yeah, like, oh, I've seen other interviews of like, yeah, Tyson Fury is one of the most talented boxers I've seen. I'm like, no, he's not. Like, he's just not. Like, he's just not.
He's having his moment in history, innit? I think people
he's good, but he's not one of the most talented I've seen.
Yeah, man. Like, he's not top 30 heavyweights ever.
Who? Tyson Fury?
No, yeah.
Who is?
Bro, next episode, I'll give you a 30.
30,
I think he's top 30 still.
He's not top 30 ever, man. He's not top 30 ever.
What we got to realise, though, is people need to caveat stuff with our generation, innit? They don't say that enough. If they say, like, top heavyweight of our generation, then there's more leeway with it. But when people say, like, top 10 of all time, there's more debate there, innit? But I'll put Tyson Fury top 30. Obviously, it might be a bit too early now. Obviously, who knows what happens in the future. But currently, like, I don't know what other box I would say.
But even say our generation. How's he best? Yeah. Like, why is he the best heavyweight of our generation? It's not as clear cut as people make out. Like,
I would say I'll put him on top of Wilder. I'll put him on top of Anthony Joshua, Ortiz, Dylan White. Every top heavyweight, elite heavyweight right now, currently active, he's better than them.
So when's the generation starting from? You're saying 2010?
I could say that, yeah. Would I say he's better than Klitschko? I'll say he's more entertaining than Klitschko, yeah. From that perspective, was he better than him?
Since 2010, Joshua's resume is more impressive than Tyson Fury's.
True. But who's the better boxer, though? That's what we're asking, right?
Yeah.
So, again, there's gonna be a bit of subject.
I think it was best heavyweight.
Best heavyweight.
And all I've got to go on is the resume. And Joshua's resume is better so far for the last 10 years.
Yeah, based on his resume, I would say he's probably better. He's achieved more. Let's put it that way. He's achieved more. But I want to say that he's the best.
Samson, were you just going by skills wise?
I think by skill wise, yeah.
That's what I was kind of thinking about it from as well.
As a skill wise, I probably can't disagree, but I don't know, man. But obviously, we can have a longer discussion on this another time. But my main point was Steve Bunce and John Fury. I don't want them on my TV no more, man.
Nah, I hear your point on the John Fury. That's just hella biased.
It's just so bad. It's like you can't say nothing without him being like, he'll beat any man. He'll beat any man. Like, yo, let your son defend his titles for once, innit?
Yeah.
He's never defended any title he's won ever.
Yeah. He relinquished when he became undisputed.
What now?
Unified tonight. Yeah.
What now? Like, yeah, defend your title first, innit? Like.
Yeah, he needs to go on the defensive streak.
Man. I love when something gets Daniel riled up. You know, I love it, bro.
On that, isn't it?
Bro, this guy was 3 seconds away or 2 seconds away from Wilder beating him. You know? This guy was 3 seconds away from Wilder beating him. You know.
Yeah.
So let's not pretend he's this amazing boxer that's never lost a minute of a round.
Yeah.
He was laid out on his back. Wilder was going to continue the knockout streak. So that's a little bit of perspective and a little bit of respect for these other guys, man.
He's a big fish in the small pond at the moment.
Yeah, like the weakest heavyweight division ever in terms of depth.
Yeah, in terms of what he's achieved, I wouldn't say he's still a lot more to do.
Next episode, I'm coming with my top 30 heavyweights.
Bro, I can't name 30 heavyweights. That's how bad it is.
That's why I'm gonna go dig. That's why I'm gonna go dig it up. And if he's top 30, he's top 30. I'm wrong in it, but bro, I know for sure he ain't touching that top 10. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
What how long the episodes are? Maybe top 10.
Right?
because of how long the episodes are, we should probably keep it to top 10. So there's more room for discussion.
True. Yeah, I've had to be one heavyweight a minute, bro.
One heavyweight a minute. Like I don't even know 30 notable heavyweights. I'm not lying to you.
Off the top of my head, I don't. But if I look,
Bro, all I know is James Toney's up there for me, like Mr. Lights Out, fam.
James Toney.
What were you saying? On the BT Sport angle, there's a big fight there, man. Daniel Dubois versus Joe Joyce.
So this is the Daniel Dubois show, isn't it? It should be.
Realistically,
it should be that. And I like the fact that Dubois' personality is coming out a lot more. I swear they got into a little scuffle the other time with the press conference. There was a bit of argy-bargy.
There's a little bit of heat. There's a little bit of heat to it.
So I'm expecting the Dubois win, man. It just fits into the narrative because he's meant to be the next guy, and apparently, who knows? Or maybe they're building him up to, fight AJ one day. But I think AJ should take care of business if you ever fought him, in my opinion.
If they fought right now, definitely, yeah.
But yeah, this is the
Who
Daniel.
knows what Dubois is going to turn into, innit? Yeah. Do you know what though? I was kind of on the same boat, but I'm 50-50 on it, you know.
What, on Joyce? You think Joyce can do something?
Joyce Dubois, yeah, just because Joyce is by far the best opponent Dubois has faced.
Yeah.
And the same is true for Joyce. That Dubois is the best opponent he's faced. But I think Dubois, on that little face-to-face thing they were doing, I think that was a good point, that Dubois hasn't necessarily had that middle fight. He hasn't had that fight before he steps up to like a big step up in level to Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
Joe Joyce apparently has this rock solid chin. So let's see what happens there.
Wasn't he under Haymaker Promotions? He's still under them.
He was. I don't think he still is. I don't think he is anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was, but I don't know. Like Joe Joyce, I just think he's going to be too. I feel like his ring savvy is going to come in, and he's going to know how to survive.
Yeah.
And I don't know how Dubois is going to do against a higher level opponent the longer the fight goes on.
He had a bit of trouble with that Ghanaian dude a couple of fights ago. I forgot his name. Francis. Is it Francis? I
know who you're talking about. I can't remember the name, but I know who you're talking about.
He had coloured hair. He had a bit of trouble with him.
Yeah.
I would have thought that he would have put him away. Easy work.
You would have expected him, but
yeah.
But like what you said, Dubois being built up as the next big thing, isn't it? So realistically, if he is going to be that next big thing, he needs to be taking care of Joe Joyce.
No, definitely.
It needs to show.
And it helps with his personality coming out now. I don't know if he's been told to do that though.
It's funny though, isn't it? Because
Dubois,
he's never seemed enthusiastic about anything before.
Never. Even in his anger.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel like really about it.
And then like he's just coming out of himself, being like, he's like, I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. and he's just like a little kid, like, do you know what I mean?
Oh gosh. Yeah. It should be Dubois' night, man, in my opinion.
Yeah, it should be. It should be, man. What are we saying? What else has been happening, man? Because we've got a few minutes left, innit? Conor Ben got a big win.
Yeah, that's a good win for him, man. Very good win.
He fought quite well.
Yeah. But I think with Conor Ben, I think he's time to come. He's more high-profile fights now. How old is he now? What?
I don't even know you, bro. I don't know off the top of my head. Yeah.
I think. What? Yeah. And there's loads of fights.
Lopez refuses to give Lomachenko a rematch.
Yeah, too much. I don't want to see that fight either.
I don't think anyone's really crying for it, are they?
Yeah. It wasn't that close.
No. And also, if it was in reverse, would Lomachenko be giving Lopez a rematch?
Not at all. No.
So,
I mean, if he wanted to boost his but I think even with a Lomachenko win, you can't really boost your profile, can you?
well, I don't think it would have. Yeah.
Yeah, Teofimo wants to fight anybody to boost his profile because I think that's the only thing that is missing right now. Is that Ryan Garcia or Tank? And Ryan Garcia is going to be fighting Campbell next year, January.
Exactly.
So those are two big fights he should probably pursue in the near future if he really wants to go to that next level.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's a good roundup, man. Everything now.
We'll be touching base again next week. It's a action-packed couple of weeks for boxing, so we'll be touching in again next week and the week after. Next week we'll have an answer as well for the Tyson, for the Tyson Jones, which I'm looking forward to. But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. I'm Jamshed. We've got
Daniel.
Yeah, Samson.
And that's the After the Bell team. This has been episode 16. Make sure you follow us on the socials, Insta, After the Bell Boxing, Twitter @BellBoxing. Catch you very soon. Peace.
Peace.